semen retention soldiers. My name is Nakula Das. Just in case you are brand new to this page, welcome to our Thursday night live sexual alchemy training. This is specifically designed for semen retention practitioners, nofap practitioners, tantra practitioners, men who are consciously using their sexual energy, who have discovered the secret of semen retention. If you're just learning about this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've got tons of videos coming out. I started a 2-minute motivation series. I've got tons of video giving you insight, science, esoteric knowledge, diving into the world of sex, diving into the world of your own masculine power and bringing back healthy masculinity into the world. It's badly needed. Let's get into it. Today we're doing testicle breathing. It's the #1 breathing exercise you can do to vitalize your sexual energy, to move your sexual energy from simply being a physical expression, a lusty desire for ejaculation and quick satisfaction, to an experience of transcendence, to an energetic experience where you learn to transmute that energy upwards through your body. This is what we're going to do here and now, okay? Semen retention will transform every aspect of your life because it transforms bodily perspective. All of your best enzymes, proteins, and nutrients are stored in your semen. The body wants you to reproduce, but when you go against the physical nature, you then discover your spiritual or energetic nature as superior to your body. So therefore, your mind and your awareness above the mind, which uses the faculty of intelligence defined as the discriminatory factor. Let me give you a practical example. You open up the fridge, you see an apple, you see a cake. Your natural intelligence tells you, you know it's the apple, but your senses overrides that intelligence for the instant gratification of the cake. Well, you do the cake once in a while, no big deal. You do the cake every day, you got problems, you got health problems, you got libido problems. Now, here's what's happening. Guys are choosing the cake every single day through masturbation, through pornography, through excessive sexual behaviors, through sugary foods, through salty foods, through caffeine. We are in a Netflix, video games. This is ruining us as men. And it's ruining our masculinity and our energy. So therefore, our basic duty to provide and protect gets diminished. We have more suicide, more mental health, more social anxiety, more men taking testosterone boosters. And all of this can be nipped at the root as men take control of their sexual energy and develop a good, healthy, masculine energy. This is what nature designed you. You're not really doing anything other than getting back to who nature designed you to be and removing yourself slowly off the false stimulations of this materialistic world that we live in. So what you want to do is sit as I'm sitting, get on a chair. You can do the cross-legged thing, but I actually don't recommend it for this practice. The best way to do this practice is to sit on a chair. You'll notice I'm not sitting back on the chair. I'm sitting at the edge. This way, my balls can hang loose. They can hang low. Now, truthfully, these pants, not good. These should be sweatpants. And ultimately, if I was at home practicing by myself and not broadcasting over YouTube, I would be naked so I can let my balls hang loose and hang out. That would be the best way. The second best way is loose boxers, something with airflow. The more airflow you have around the testicles, the easier it'll be to bring your mind towards the testicles, and that will be important for testicle breathing, and I'm going to show you why. So the first thing we're going to do is going to do some Tumor Breath to release any tension. If we've got tension, if we've got stresses, that's going to help. That's going to block our energy from being able to rise or transmute and rise upwards in the body. Tension keeps us in our fight or flight mode. And it's the fight or flight mode that keeps us in this lustiness. When we learn to relax into life and into pleasure and into growth and expansion and uncomfortability, when we can relax into our own evolution, then naturally this energy becomes flowed upwards and begins to evolve you into a whole different being, my friends. A whole new you shows up, and not really a new you, but evolved you. This practice makes you more of you, and that's what the world needs now. More men showing up in fuller ways, more in your nature. All right, here's what we're doing. We're going to do a Tumor Breath exercise to release some tension. So this Tumor Breath is part of the Semen Retention Army training that I teach. It's in the very first week that you start with me. What we're going to do is we're going to do 9 warrior's breaths. So I'll demonstrate a warrior's breath for you, and then I'll explain it. Then we're going to do 9 warrior's breaths and do the Tumor Breath. So let me demonstrate a warrior's breath. It's a full exhale out, full exhale in, all the way to the stomach. See how I'm pumping in and out, really stoking the fire? My mind is anchored inside my solar plex chakra or the lower dantian, or just you could just think it deep within yourself, deep within your body. Okay? Once we do 9, on the 10th, we're going to inhale, fill up the chest completely, then move that energy down to the stomach. So I go from chest to stomach. I'm going to clench my perineum like I'm doing a Kegel, like I'm holding my pee back. And I'm going to push my diaphragm down, protruding my stomach. So my stomach should be pushing out like a pump. And then I'm going to do the Tumor Breath. Now imagine that you were sucking on a straw, so you would have pursed lips. But instead of sucking on the straw, you're going to be blowing out as slowly and as evenly as possible. So I'm going to do 3 warrior's breath and a small Tumor Breath to show you. Then we're going to do it together. We're going to do 9 warrior's breaths and then a Tumor Breath and a lion's breath to cool it at the end. So let me do it first. So watch me, and then we'll do it together. All right, I'll do a short one right now. Here we go. So what I did there, 3 warrior's breaths, filled up my chest, moved it to my stomach, Kegel, diaphragm moving down. So imagine the top abs pushing down, creating a pump. And then through pursed lips, evenly moving through. Slowly. My mind is in my dantian, the solar plex chakra, or the middle of your body, right in the deepest center. And what you're doing is stoking your fire. The word tumo literally means fire, and this is meant to heat you. Now, if you've never done this before, you may feel yourself get lightheaded. If you get lightheaded, take your hands, place them on the ground until you feel good. Nothing's going to happen. You're just breathing, but this is going to pump a lot of energy and oxygen through the system to get us ready for our testicle breathing and clear any tension in the body so we have an easier time raising our energy. All right, semen retention soldiers, let's do it. 9 warrior's breath. Follow me. down to the stomach, Kegel, push down the diaphragm, and Tumor Breath. Lion's breath. When you're done, check in with your body. Tell me how you feel. If you're here live, leave it in the chat. If you're watching the recording, leave it in the comments. Check in with how you feel. We're going to do one more Tumor Breath, and then we're going to do some testicle breathing. All right, my brothers, let's get lit. 9 warriors breath. Give it all you got. Breathe in. Really go slow and steady. Really focus. You can even do a nice mental exercise, which is picture fire being stoked, like fire lighting up as you exhale out. And this will help anchor your mind into your fire center, your power. Let's do it. 9 warriors breath. Full breath into the chest, down into the stomach, Kegel, diaphragm pushes down, Tumor breath. Lion's breath, which is take your 2 eyes, place them to the 3rd eye, like if you were looking at the 3rd eye. Exhale, tongue out. It's a very cooling breath. Place all your mind into your body. How do you feel? Leave it in the comments below or leave it in the chat. All right, while you're checking in with the body, let's set up for testicle breathing. So you're going to sit at the end of your chair. Ideally, you're naked or you have very loose clothing with air circulation. What I'm wearing right now, it's what I was wearing. You can do it with no matter what. And after you practice for a while, it's not such a big deal, but naked is actually the best way. You're going to place your mind in between your testicles. And then you're going to feel in between the testicles, anchoring all your mind, all your awareness, all your attention in between the testicles. Relax the perineum, relax the anus, relax your entire body, and anchor your mind there. If you're having a difficult time, you may place a finger in between your balls to help anchor the mind there, or just simply anchor the mind there if you're able to do so. Keep your mind anchored there as I give the next instruction. So you keep your mind anchored there. What you're feeling for, and you may not feel it right away. It may take a few minutes. It may take a few weeks of constant practice. But essentially, if you place your mind there long enough and become aware of the subtle energies, you will notice a cooling energy, especially if you're not aroused. So you shouldn't be aroused. If you're not aroused, you'll feel a cooling energy. This is your yin or feminine, your sexual energy in its feminine or dormant state. We're, of course, going to move this cooling energy. Because it's cool, it's easier to control, but it needs more help getting raised, rising. When it's hot, it can rise easier, but it's harder to control. And this is where most guys relapse in their semen retention and nofap because their sexual energy gets aroused. It goes from a cool, feminine, passive state to a masculine state where it's now seeking, it's looking for expansion, it's looking to create, it's looking to reproduce. Most guys only respond to that by letting that go, now mainly in this age through masturbation and porn, not even through real sex. If you hold it long enough, what guys discovered is they'll push you to go get real sex. You'll become more masculine, more dominant, more leading. A lot of your animalistic qualities will become enhanced. This, of course, makes you more attractive to women and feminine energies at a bodily perspective. Now, for guys who want to use this energy to not just enhance their sexual attraction, but their attraction to money, to deeper connections, to maybe philanthropy, to leadership, to connection or impact, then you want to transmute this energy, as Napoleon Hill speaks about in the Think and Grow Rich and the Laws of Success. This is what Andrew Carnegie and many of the very wealthy people discovered, and now people all over the world are discovering it, and it's helping everybody raise their ability. Now, of course, the large percentage still don't know this. We got to get it out. But this allows us now to move this energy upwards and use it. What you want to do is practice testicle breathing at first with cool energy, unaroused energy. And then later on, you can work with aroused energy as you master the technique. So what you're feeling for is a cool energy. Now we're going to begin the testicle breathing. So your mind is anchored in between the balls. Don't worry if you're not feeling a cool energy. Let me know what you're feeling. Are you simply just placing your mind there? Me, my balls are tingling. I've been having quite a few sessions with my wife of non-ejaculatory sex over the last few days, very passionate. And so I'm like hopped up and ready to rock. So my balls are on fire. So it's going to take a little bit extra energy for me, or a little extra awareness to get into that cool space. But I'm starting to feel it now. It feels almost watery, almost like if you're like, oh, do I have some like water, like cool water on my balls? Don't worry if you're not feeling anything. You'll have to practice consistently, and that feeling will continue to grow and sensation will grow. Now what we're going to do is start the testicle breathing. What I want you to do is to take a deep breath in, but not just into your belly, but imagine you are deeply breathing through the nose, down right into the testicles. And imagine that the testicles were filling up, like the testicles were your lungs. So your testicles are acting like your lungs. And so they're filling up. And as they fill up, they also pull up a bit with the mind. Now, don't squeeze the anus or the testes. It's all with the mind. So you're breathing in. That warm air is coming in. Follow it with the mind. Down into the testicles. Feel the testicles pull up a bit. No muscle movement. And yet it expands like the lungs. Then when you exhale, it contracts like the lungs, it deflates, the testes drop or relax, and the air comes up and out the nose. All right, I'm going to walk you through this until you catch the rhythm. All right, let's do it. Breathing in through the nose, following the air in. Feeling it warm, going down, follow the mind, air all the way into the testicles. It expands out like lungs, and the testes pull up in the mind. Don't worry if they've actually moved or not. After a few weeks of practice, you'll actually physically see what they can do. You could show off to your partner. You could do a little, hey, what's happening trick. It's kind of funny. All right? Then relax, air's coming back up, testes are relaxing, and exhaling through the nose. In, down, testes expand and rise, Exhale, testes drop and relax. Mind is coming back up through the nose. Exhale all the way out. Inhale. Inhale all the way to the testicles. They expand and move up. Exhale, deflate, relax, move down. Air is coming up, mind is coming up, and out the nose. Exhale. See if you could do it on your own. Inhale, expand, rise. Deflate, relax. Mind now comes up and out. Inhale. Expand the testicles. Pull them up in the internal mind. Exhale. They relax. Air comes back up and out. Keep that rhythm going as I explain the next movement. That's testicle breathing. Just by doing the breath you're doing right now, you will bring more energy and vitality. You may notice an increased libido. You'll also notice just a cooler sensation, which keeps your urges and sexual frustrations at ease. And as you learn to move the energy up the back channel to the crown of the head, which I'm going to show you how to do, you're going to be able to control your sexual urges and frustrations. It's going to make you a more relaxed dude and therefore a more expressive dude. And the more that your energy flows through you, the more natural your natural qualities, your natural attraction, your charisma, your leadership, your skills, your gifts, dormant. I bet you have dormant gifts and skills, but if you've been wasting your life force, your evolutionary power, then those skills aren't coming online. Semen retention, nofap, it's going to turn you on. It's going to put everything online, and you're going to become much more effective in your day-to-day life. All right. What you're going to do now, okay, keep doing that breath. But what we're going to start to do is move some of that cool energy. And again, if you're not feeling it right away, that's okay. But what you're going to learn to do is move energy from the testicles to the perineum. So imagine a straw was in your testicles and that straw drew directly to the perineum. So between the anus and the testicles. Now, how you draw energy to a point in the body is by anchoring the mind. The mind is not visible or perceived by the physical senses, but it is perceived by the higher sense of awareness. So the mind, when it's controlled by will, by exercising your internal will, you control the mind and place the mind anywhere you want it to go, and energy will begin to flow there. Most of our energy is dispersed outside of our body. When we're watching porn, all of our energy is outside of our body. When most guys have sex, all of their energy is outside of them. And actually, they can't hold a strong masculine. So therefore, they ejaculate right away, or they fall into the same patterns. They don't allow the feminine to rise and be ignited. Anyways, we'll get into that if you go deeper into this work. But this is the foundation of understanding that you have to be in your masculine energy to hold that strong power and to have non-ejaculatory orgasms and have non-ejaculatory sex, so you can do semen retention, nofap, but you don't have to become a monk. You don't have to give up your sex life in this particular practice. Okay? So you're moving energy from the testicles. Now you're placing your mind at the perineum. And when you breathe in and you exhale, instead of exhaling out, your mind exhales towards the perineum. Your breath is going to move out, but your mind is going to move to the perineum. So follow me. You're going to inhale into the testicles. They're going to expand. They're going to rise in the mind. You're lifting them in the mind. Now, when you exhale, the mind goes to the perineum. And everything relaxes. Now your mind is anchored in the perineum. Now keep your mind at the perineum. If you have to take your finger and place it underneath you to keep your mind anchored there, do that. With time and practice, you won't need to do that. Keep your mind anchored there. It's like a straw. If I raise energy halfway up the straw and I need to take a breath, I have to place my tongue or my finger over the straw so that the liquid doesn't fall down. Similarly, you have to keep your mind anchored at the same spot. If your mind wanders, it's like taking your finger off the straw. The energy will go back to the testicles, and it will want to, and then it will look for its conditioned path, which is out the penis for ejaculation. We're retraining the mind and the path of energy to not be outwards, but inwards, up the down the perineum, then to the bottom of the spine, then to the middle of the back, to the adrenal glands, then to the jade pillow, which is the spot between the spine and the skull, that soft spot, then to the crown. Then circulating it in the crown. When you circulate your energy in the crown, your sexual energy, you then are actually feel the actual tingling and sensation, and this is where your brain becomes energized. More mental power, higher frequencies become available for inspired action and thought. Now you see clearer paths towards your goal. So instead of achieving your goal in 5 years, you now achieve it in 6 months because you're operating with higher focus, better memory, higher mental faculties. When you deplete your energy, all of that's depleted. Okay? So here's what you're going to do. We're going to breathe into the testicles. Like lungs expanding. Exhale, mind into the perineum. Hold the perineum. Breathe in again and bring energy, draw energy. Like imagine you're sucking energy from the testicles to the perineum. Like a sip. Testicle, perineum. Hold the mind on the perineum. Now you're kind of splitting your awareness. Half your awareness at the perineum, half your awareness at the testicles. Suck more energy there. You're learning to become conscious of 2-3 things at once in this practice. It's totally like telling your mental power, it totally increases by working with your sexual energy like this. Now, take that energy, that tingling, that cooling, that heat, that sensation that you're feeling in the perineum. And if you're not feeling anything, you need to keep practicing. You will with time, but just place your mind there. Now you're going to suck that energy from the perineum to the bottom of the spine, like through a straw, right? And same thing. So we're going to go from the perineum, and now it's at the bottom of the spine, and you can place your hand at the bottom of the spine if you need. Keep your mind now at the bottom of the spine and suck the rest of the energy from the perineum to the spine. All energy, all mind at the bottom of the spine. Hold that sensation at the bottom of the spine. You see, for me, it's already starting to rise up my spine because that's the natural path. And I'm already feeling the orgasmic tingles up my chest, all around my neck, because that energy is flowing upwards. You're going to go from the spine to the middle of the back, the adrenals. So this is the T11 vertebrae. Just think where the bottom of the rib is, the last floating rib, that spine there. You can just, don't worry about exact location. Just put it there, anchor your mind where it naturally goes there, and suck up from the bottom of the spine to the middle of the spine, the T11 vertebrae. Keep half your mind holding the energy at the T11 vertebrae, middle of the spine. The other half of the mind is going into the bottom of the spine and sucking it up. Anchor your mind fully there. You're charging your adrenal glands, opening your microcosmic orbit, opening the path of evolution, the path of sex transmutation. I'm so excited for the world to learn about this. Make sure you guys share these videos out. Please, I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers right now. Help me get there. Make sure you subscribe, notify, tag me. We got to get this out to as many men as possible. Now we're going to go from the middle, the T11 vertebrae, the adrenal glands, to the jade pillow, which is, you can take your finger where the spine meets the skull, and it's a soft spot. You can press into it a bit. So like a straw from the T11 vertebrae up to the jade pillow, suck it up. Oh. This is the point for me. I generally, like when my energy travels up to this jade pillow on the way up during sex, that's where I have non-ejaculatory orgasm. Okay. Hold the energy at the jade pillow. And then the last spot we're going to do today is at the crown of the head. So hold your awareness at the crown of the head and suck the energy from the jade pillow up to the crown of the head. Anchoring all your awareness at the crown of the head. You can even place your hands just a few inches to help anchor the energy and mind there. And place your mind in between the crown, the hands and your skull, the top of the head. Place all your awareness in between that space. Can you feel the tingling? Can you feel the swirling? Can you feel heat, sensation? You've moved your sexual energy from the testicles to the spine, and it's unaroused. Learn to do this aroused, and you'll have full body orgasms. And your inspiration and manifestation, whoo, you start becoming a machine. Now you still got to put in the work, but this is going to give you the energy and focus to take massive, efficient action through the day. Manage your mind, manage your energy, manage your schedule and priorities. Be a responsible man and transmute your energy. And yes, sex will be there, and it'll be the best sex of your life because you'll be in your masculine. You'll be super attractive, not to everybody, but to those who are attracted to you, they'll love you. And more importantly, you'll be able to transmute that energy and be of great value and service to the world. If you're on the spiritual path, then you take this and you put it into your sadhana, your spiritual practice. You can rotate the hands a bit and rotate that energy, nourishing the brain. I can feel that tingling all around the brain, moving it. You can rotate it clockwise and then counterclockwise. All right, gentlemen, you can leave it spinning up there. That is testicle breathing with a microcosmic orbit meditation to go along with the testicle breathing. So first, I recommend 3 sets of 9 or 3 sets of 18 testicle breathing. Then with the straw method that I just shared with you, move that up those different points that I shared with you in the body. Do this over the next 14 days, and you will notice a tangible difference in your ability to control your sexual urges, to be able to last longer in the bedroom. You'll notice a tremendous difference in your focus, your energy, and you'll be able to retain your semen. And within 10 to 14 days of retaining your semen, your body is going to reabsorb that semen. It's going to circulate it, and you're going to boost your testosterone. There's so many benefits to this lifestyle, my friends. Listen, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. If you're interested in working with me and being one of my soldiers inside of the Semen Retention Army, it's a year-long training program where I show you, like, this meditation comes right out of the training that you'll get access to. You get to work with me for a year inside of an accountability group. You get a support system. You get a one-on-one coaching session with me and constant tracking. It is the highest accountability and training program within the semen retention and nofap world right now. It's picking up tremendous steam. We just launched it about 8 weeks ago at the time of this recording. I'm just looking at my board. We've got 21 soldiers, and we're opening up more battalions. A battalion is a group of 10, and that becomes your support system. I'm inside of all those groups, giving motivation, extra techniques, tools, sharing. Guys, it is working. Make sure that you check out the link. I'll leave the link when I'm done recording this. So if you're watching the recording, it'll be in the description. Go and sign up for 2 free weeks inside of the Army. Use the coupon code YouTube, and you'll save yourself 25% off for being part of my YouTube community and subscribers and channel. So use the coupon code YouTube and come check it out. Now, if you're not ready to take full action, like if you know you're ready to work, you're ready to learn these practices, you want to master this lifestyle, then that's your next step. If you're still hesitant, you want more information, then again, I suggest that you go ahead and start, watching the videos on the channel. There's tons of great information and tools and techniques. Also, take a look at the additional links below. I'm always got webinars coming up. My signature webinar, Sex Mastery 101, the free ejaculation control guide. When you sign up for that, you get access to our private groups. There's all kinds of stuff we've got going on. The Army keeps expanding, and our mission is to help men all over the world transform their lives. Lastly, I'll say this to you. I don't want any lifetime members inside the Semen Retention Army. This isn't something that unless you become one of our captains and take on your own, you want to do this with me and train other guys, that's different. But guys who want to train in this, I want you to work with me for 1 year. You give this program 1 year of your life, and I promise you, you will be a different man by the time that year's over, and you're going to have all the training and all the support that you need to make that your reality. Look, guys, I love you. It's why I do it. Make sure you go out and share your masculine gifts with the world. Be the man that you were meant to be. And I hope that God continues to bless you. Semen retention soldiers, retain.